Hello, this is Michelle Payton, and this is the second part of a two-part video series. So I'm assuming right now that you've completed the first video of the two-part series, and now we're going to view the second video of the two-part series that applies the information that I talked about in the first part of the series on learning through reassociation. Here's a summary of the brain and how we learn through reassociation that we covered in video 1, and also we began the conversation on finding positive memories and how that plays into the positive hypnosis process. One thing I mentioned at the end of the first video is how important the alpha brainwave state is to the positive hypnosis concept. So if you look at beta, you're very alert. So what you're doing is you are not moving up to the frontal area, the frontal lobe, the frontal cortex, to create new ideas and new concepts. You are simply going through your day-to-day stuff. So driving, chaos, or just you're doing whatever you do during the day, and there's no need to really rethink or think in more detail about a specific situation. But in alpha, this is where the brain waves are more relaxed, but you're still conscious. So it's like talking to a friend and being able to just start to talk about subjects or information that is in a relaxed state, and the brain waves are relaxed as a result. When you move into theta or delta, this is where you move into sleep state. And when you move into sleep state, you aren't necessarily doing things consciously. And that's where we can forget information pretty quickly, and it doesn't become problem solution any longer, but more just memory searching. So we spend time in alpha, and we naturally do that. We naturally go into alpha when we start focusing on one idea, on one concept, like a positive focus on cats. So if I were to give you an introductory kind of concept, 80% of what we are going to cover in this video, 80% of the positive hypnosis process, I should say, is what I'm going to be covering in this video. So one of the things that I would do, or you can do, is write down one thing you don't want, because we have a tendency to move toward, I don't want something. And then we wordsmith it. How did we achieve the opposite? How did we achieve do want? And this becomes the major positive focus of a session. And what we do is we start collecting these do wants. And we visualize those with the do want with multiple senses, every detail of the experience of where you achieved do want. And this is usually in seconds or minutes. Rarely a big aha moment. So this is what we're going to be covering for the rest of our video. And we want to focus our core need on one thing so that we stay focused and we can collect memories, which, if you remember, I also call those rehabits, because we're using those to remind us of how we've achieved things in the past. And then we also write a very short word or phrase on how are we satisfied as a result of achieving this. So again, going back to the cat concept, here we want to, our goal, our core need is want to be positive about cats. We are going to not even worry about the amygdala, because what we're doing is we're collecting positive memories about cats. The purring, the chattiness when you talk to a cat, the fluffiness, the independence. The amygdala stands down. There's no reason for the amygdala to come to the rescue. That way you can bring those memories up to the frontal cortex and start building new concepts and replacing old patterns of anything but being happy with cats. And then you can decide if you're going to take action or no action on those new realizations. So what we do with those pieces of information is we start to collect those quick and general rehabits. We start just listing them quickly. And then we do the detailed work after that. Let me explain that. So if we want to be happy with cats, we would put those quickly. Well, I remember cats purring, chatty, fluffy, independent. And then we go down, now that we've collected, say, 8 or 10 experiences on positive interactions with cats, then we go down into the multisensory detailed experience where we start to think about purring, hearing it, noticing when you touch the cat how you can feel the cat purring. You can actually feel that tactily. So those are the sorts of things where you really build up the multisensory detailed experience to remember those experiences that start to change, replace your idea of what a cat means to you after you've created this new perception. So 80% of the positive hypnosis process is making sure that we're targeted on a core need. We build our pattern replacement process on do one. We collect those memories quickly in alpha state, and we get into the details as the second step when we are collecting memories to really nail in and strengthen the memories so it's more easily accessible on a regular basis. It's one of the first things you think of as opposed to things that have not been so great about cats for you in the past. Now, the items that we didn't discuss in this video covered in the book, or you can do a face-to-face options covered in the book called Positive Hypnosis. We haven't talked about the satisfaction phrase or word, and face-to-face or book would help with that. And we haven't talked about ranking the emotional duress or T-mapping so that we can collapse a problem with a solution. But these are things that we can talk about in person. You can call me on the phone and we can just discuss the process a little bit more. You can also read the book Positive Hypnosis. But remember that the overall takeaway here is looking on the bright side is an effective solution to building new habits. So please let me know what questions I might be able to answer. You can call me or you can email me from my website, michellepayton.com. Please let me know if there are questions I can answer.